All right, here we go on our tour of beautiful Rio Del Mar, California, aka Aptos. And you see the lovely Rio Del Mar sign right there. Established in 1926. Over here on our right is the Deer Park Shopping Center. Let's just take a quick trip down here to the Deer Park Shopping Center. It does have one of the signature shops in Aptos, which is Deluxe Foods. There's also, of course, a dry cleaner, and we also have a liquor store, Deer Park Wine and Spirits. We've actually got a lot of great whiskey in there and other rare liquors from around the world. Pretty busy day here at the shopping center. So much for a quick trip in and out, huh? I guess it's Christmas time. Is that why? Is that why there's so many people here today? I don't really know. I mean, it's December. What day is today? 12th, something like that. So, yeah. But here we have the world famous Deluxe Foods, one of the best supermarkets. Not really a supermarket, best market, I guess, in Santa Cruz County. All right, and then we have the famous Red Apple Cafe, great place for breakfast. There's a CVS pharmacy here, Bank of America as well. All right, so that's a Deer Park Shopping Center. There's a bunch of other smaller shops and restaurants up here behind the main strip. There's some private offices there too, like psychiatrists and chiropractors and lawyers, I imagine, that kind of thing. All right, but we're gonna go back up here onto Rio Del Mar Boulevard, which is sort of the main thoroughfare of Rio Del Mar. Okay. Could take a peek here. So, this was subdivided or so in 1926, and most development didn't really start taking place until after World War II. So there are a few homes that are built like in the 30s, but not that many of them. Over here is a relatively recent little subdivision called Rio Highlands. These houses were built, I think, in the 90s, if I recall. And these are larger homes than most in Rio Del Mar. And they're new, spacious, quiet. There's not any through traffic here in the neighborhood in Rio Highlands. Every house in here is presently over $1 million, well over $1 million, most of these houses. Great place to come trick-or-treating, Halloween time. A lot of the people really go all out with the lawn displays. And also, if you want to get the full-size candy bars, kids, this is the place to come in Aptos. Rio Del Mar Highlands, or Rio Highlands. They really give out the good stuff. So yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here in old Rio Highlands. I just want to give you a bit of a feel for the place. Okay. All right. Now we're back onto Rio Del Mar Boulevard. Over on the left is the Seascape Golf Course. 18 beautiful holes. I guess during World War II they had like victory gardens planted on there, so the course itself is newer than that, I guess. Okay, now we're coming to a stop sign here, and this is Sumner. So Sumner goes all the way down to Seascape Resort. but now we're going to be crossing over the railroad tracks. The railroad tracks are now below us. And on the other side of the railroad tracks, we have Townsend Drive, which parallels Sumner, but on the other side of the railroad tracks. But I'm going to be going down first to the beach, because Rio Del Mar means river to the sea. Actually means river of the sea, but I think that practically speaking means river to the sea. So up ahead, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is the ocean. You can see the ocean from here. And here, by the way, on the right, this house with a Spanish tile roof I'm just passing by right now, that's the first house in Rio Del Mar. Probably not the first house, but the oldest house still standing. When they divided it, that was the model home, as it were. There were really no model homes, but that was one of the first homes here in the neighborhood. Now you can see the ocean here coming up down the hill, and also some ocean view condos here on the left. These condos on the left, they do allow vacation rentals. Most condos do not, but these over here on the left, they definitely do allow for vacation rentals. Now coming up into the view would be the signature of Aptos, the icon, as it were, the cement boat, which is now just a hulking wreck, very battered in storms. Okay. And now this is the Rio Del Mar beach flats. When a lot of people think of Rio Del Mar, this is what they think about, the flats. This is a public beach, state beach. You also have Cafe Rio down here, and its sister company, Rio Flats, which is more like a coffee shop. Then we, of course, we have the Seabreeze Tavern, which is a semi-functional bar, I guess. I've never actually been inside there. It was closed for many years, and now it's open sometimes, I guess. Haven't, like I say, have not been in there yet. Gotta get down there one of these days. But yeah, this is a free public parking lot, and you know, a lot of times when you go to a state beach in California, you have to pay to park in the state lot, but this is a free parking lot. And before I get out of here, I just want to take a quick trip through the flats. This is Venetian Road, and it's Pixie's Deli right here on the left. Great little place to go grab a wrap or a burger or a sandwich while you're heading out on the beach. They do sell beer and wine as well. But yeah, here we are in the Rio Del Mar beach flats, and over here on the left is the Rio Sands Motel. It's one of the bigger motels in Aptos, probably the biggest motel in Aptos if I had to guess. You know, we also have the Best Western Seacliff Inn, but this is, I think, the biggest one in the neighborhood, is the Rio Sands Motel. So this area is in a flood zone, by the way. If you live here, you'll have to pay flood insurance if you have a bank loan on the property. That's because the Rio, also known as Aptos Creek, it is technically in a flood zone. Also, I think that maybe some big waves were to come down, try to come up from the ocean, you might actually get inundated as well. But a lot of these houses are fairly small. They're on fairly small, sort of like a beach area lots. A lot of these lots are only, you know, 2,500 square feet, something like that. Okay, now we're going to be crossing back over Aptos Beach Drive. Hold on a second, make sure we don't get run over. Okay. Very narrow streets, definitely sort of a, you know, vacation area. Back in the day, people didn't really used to live here year-round, but now they certainly do. All right, now we're on Moosehead Drive down here, and Moosehead Drive does parallel the Rio, Aptos Creek. And at one point, this was all dammed up. This used to be called like the biggest freshwater swimming pool in California. I think that's how they were marketing it. And then when they tried to, you know, sell this place in the 20s, they had, you know, a big bathing pavilion here, and there was a big hotel up on the hill and whatnot. And that's why they had the cement ship right there. They were trying to make this sort of like a hot vacation destination. And then, of course, you know, Prohibition and the Great Depression came along, and put the whole kibosh on the project never really got off the ground. That's why most properties in Aptos were built in the post-war era, and most properties in Rio Del Mar at least, and in Aptos of course too. All right, now we're going to be cruising down Beach Drive. And this is interesting right here. These houses right here are zero lot line houses, which means there's no setback from the adjoining properties at all. You don't really see this very much in Santa Cruz at all. I mean, you see it like in cities like San Francisco quite a bit, but in Santa Cruz, this is the only place that I know of where they have this zero lot line properties. These are all oceanfront properties. A lot of these are vacation rentals. They're unrestricted. There's no cap on the number of vacation rentals you can have on the street. So most of these properties are actually vacation rentals, and they're oceanfront. And because of that, you have to pay a lot of money for insurance. Now here on the left, you'll see these houses on the left, and these also are largely vacation rentals. Great views on these properties for sure. And it's a very popular place to go walking or jogging. I've done a lot of walking here in the mornings. I walk here from my house, which is about 2 miles away. But I oftentimes come here in the mornings just to stretch my legs, clear my head, and get ready for the day. But yeah, spectacular views from most of these properties here. You know, there's a big cliff behind these properties, and last winter the cliff fell down into a lot of backyards. So you have it coming at you from both directions, from the cliff and from the ocean in front of the house. So that's what happens when you're living in an era of global warming and uncertain weather patterns, right? I mean, you got to pay to play. But what a spectacular place to live. All right, this is one of the best kept secrets in all of Santa Cruz County. It's Platforms Beach. Here we go, Platforms Beach. It's a state park. It's technically part of Rio Del Mar unit, I guess, but it's a separate beach called Platforms. You got to pay $10 to park here, unless you have a state park pass. And this parking lot is almost always full during the summertime. It's a great locals beach. I'm not sure why exactly they call it Platforms. I call it Platforms because it's a very gradual drop-off out into the ocean. You can go very far out and not have it get very deep. And I just feel like it's kind of like a platform. So really great place to take the kids. Not a lot of undertow here, quiet, a lot of families here. And then back behind here, there's another subdivision which has a gate in it, and I don't have a gate code with me right now, so we're not going to get down there. It's also private property. Don't want to trespass. Okay, so now we're leaving Platforms Beach, and we are going back down Beach Drive. Right. It's a beautiful December day here. It hasn't rained for the last few days. I think there's some rainy days coming up here in the forecast, but right now it's sort of a typical Santa Cruz, California winter day. Here we see up on the right this condos I was telling you about, the ones that allow vacation rentals. Shore Del Mar 1 and Shore Del Mar 2. Amazing views from most of these units here. A little bit of a problem there with erosion, but I understand they've got it kind of under control now, for the time being at least. Okie dokie, back down to beach flats, as it were. Now we're going to hang a right. Probably should have done that, but I'm supposed to go around the roundabout. My bad. But we're going back up Rio Del Mar Boulevard. Okay, now we're gonna take a quick jog up Cliff. This is Cliff Drive off of Rio Del Mar Boulevard. And here is one of the sort of gem neighborhoods of Santa Cruz County. This neighborhood, which is between Townsend Drive and the Cliff itself. Very quiet neighborhood, no sidewalks, no street lights, just a lot of sort of, all the homes here are custom. They're on lots that are 5,000 to, maybe the biggest lot might be 10,000, but most are probably around 5 to 6,000 square feet, somewhere in there. It's also part of the, Tahoe Valley School District, but it's Rio Del Mar Elementary School, which is a California distinguished school, and it's very highly prized. I think it gets a 10 on greatschools.org. And this is what you kind of expect down here in Rio Del Mar. Quiet. This area is kind of known for fog as well. Hasn't been that much fog lately. One of the benefits perhaps of global warming. Not that there's that many benefits of global warming, but I think around here you might find people are not too bummed out to have it a little bit less foggy, although there are still plenty of foggy days here in Rio Del Mar. So I don't want to drive through every single block here in Rio Del Mar. That would probably take longer than we have, but just kind of want to give you a feel for what it's like down here. And I guess I'm going to take a right and try and get a little closer to the actual cliff. Down here also there's Hidden Beach Park down here too, which is a great little neighborhood park. And it's very hidden. You kind of have to know about it. If you don't know about it, you're not gonna come down here, because look, it says no outlet, road ends, right? Like, who would want to come down here, right? Well, if you're a family and you have kids, you might want to come down here to see Hidden Beach Park. Here's the train trestle up here. Of course, there is no train, but we do have a trestle. And here's Hidden Beach Park. And they call it Hidden Beach Park because actually there's a path that goes from right here all the way down to the beach, to Hidden Beach, as they call it. So there's also a path right here that takes you up into another section of the Rio Del Mar neighborhood. So there's a Hidden Beach path. Now we're gonna continue on down Bayview Drive right here. See if we can't find some Bayviews. That'd be fun. Find any Bayviews around here? We're on the hunt. Oh, there's the bay right there. Not sure if you can see it on the camera here, but I can see it out of my car window. Now we curve around, and here we have these houses on the left have the bay views, and I'm sure some of these on the right do too. The taller houses undoubtedly do have bay views. A lot of multi-million-dollar homes here, of course, on the bluff overlooking the gorgeous Monterey Bay. So these houses, some of the nicer houses would be around $3 million. Some of the less nicer houses would be $2 million. Okay. Now we are going back down to Townsend Drive. Okay. So because the houses on the right are along the railroad tracks, even though there is no railroad right now operational, they are a little bit less expensive than some of the other houses here on the beach side of the railroad tracks. Now we're going to take a quick hop down Sumner, and we're not going to go all the way down to Seascape Resort, but we're just going to take a quick jaunt down Sumner. This is a neighborhood arterial road. The golf course is on the left, but here on Sumner, there aren't any sidewalks on the streets, and there is a fair amount of traffic, so Sumner is one of the more affordable streets, shall we say, in Rio Del Mar. So I'm going to take a quick jump up Arthur. And here we see more sort of a classic Rio Del Mar kind of a neighborhood. This is on the inland side of Rio Del Mar. Again, people walking their dogs. Uh-oh. Got some construction going on up here or something. I guess the road is closed. I guess we have to turn around. And that's unfortunate. Doing a little tree work of some kind. Alright. Sometimes the best laid plans go to waste. That's okay, let's jump onto Palmer. Golf course on our left. Now the golf course is on our right. a quick trip down Bellamonte right here, just so you can get a feel for the neighborhood. So again, the golf course is on our left. This is Bellamonte Drive, and now here's Bellamonte Court. And these houses here in front of me are all on the golf course, and as we drive down here, you can see we actually come to the golf course. Seascape Golf Course in all its glory. So homes down here which have that golf course frontage, they tend to be a little more expensive than those that don't. There is always the concern about flying golf balls, but doesn't really happen all that much, I guess. Okay, I'm back on Bellamonte Avenue, and we're gonna jump on down here to Rio Del Mar Boulevard again, and we're gonna go onto Clubhouse Drive, which is also one of the neighborhood thoroughfares of Rio Del Mar. Rio Highlands right there in front of me. Okay, back on Rio Del Mar Boulevard for a little bit. And once again, Deer Park Shopping Center over to the left. Now we're gonna hop on to Clubhouse Drive. Okay, unsurprisingly, Clubhouse Drive takes us to the Seascape Golf Course Clubhouse. So this is also a major arterial road in Aptos. There are no sidewalks here or shoulder to walk on. Fairly heavy traffic, so Clubhouse tends to be one of the more affordable streets in Aptos. But then some of these homes do have ocean views on Clubhouse as well. So those homes obviously, might be more expensive. I'm just going to take a quick jump down Los Altos Drive, because there's a school bus right there, and so I'll take the school bus pass and take you through a quick jog down Los Altos Drive, so you can kind of get a feel for the quintessential Rio Del Mar neighborhood. Okay. And here we have the golf course again. We're going to take a left on good old Gay Road. Gay meaning happy, of course. Those are the good old days. Okay. Now we're on Humes, taking a right on Humes. Now there's no sidewalks here either, but this is not much of a thoroughfare. Like I say, most streets in Rio Del Mar don't have sidewalks, and that's just fine because it's quiet and there's not a lot of traffic here most of the time. So it kind of adds a lot of the character to it. All right, now we're taking a left here on Lock Drive. And then we're going to take a right back onto Clubhouse again. Make sure no one's going to flatten us as we come out of here. Okay, and now here we have the Clubhouse. for Seascape Golf Club. Can't tell you how many times I've been here. Many, many meetings are held here, parties and whatnot. They have a full bar here, and I guess they have a restaurant too. Well, you can order food at the bar anyway. Back on Clubhouse Drive. Now, if we were to go up to the left right here, a lot of these houses are higher up on the hill, and they will have ocean views as well. But, like I say, I don't have time to go into every single little nook and cranny of Rio Del Mar. Just kind of want to give you a feeling. Now here we're going to go down onto St. Andrews Drive, just a quick trip down here. Now down here, a lot of these houses are on larger lots, so the houses do tend to be larger. A little newer also than the homes in the other part of Rio Del Mar. And it sort of transitions into to Seascape. It's really a Seascape slash Rio Del Mar. Seascape was built out in the 70s, and most of these were built out in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So Seascape is a little newer than Rio Del Mar proper. So the houses are a little bit more modern, a little bigger lots over there in the Seascape as well. Genteel living down here, that's for sure. Balmy weather, quiet, good schools, and 60 miles or so of Silicon Valley. That's almost all Silicon Valley is within 60 miles of here. Okay, we're back on St. Andrews Drive here, and we're going to jump back on up to Clubhouse. So a lot of these houses here do have pretty good ocean views. So a lot of these houses will be large plus, quite a bit over $1 million. And now we're going to see one of the crown jewels of Seascape, Rio Del Mar. It is, of course, Rio Del Mar Elementary School. People take great pride in the elementary school. It does have a 10 out of 10 on great schools. A lot of parents are very happy with Rio Del Mar. My kids don't go here. My kids go to Mar Vista, but we have done a lot of Little League games over here for sure. So if you live in Aptos and you got kids playing Little League, they'll probably spend some time here in Rio Del Mar school. At least for that, if for no other reason. Well, the flags are at half staff today. I wonder what happened. Huh. I checked the news lately. All right. Right turn only during certain hours, and I'm not going to go right anyway because I want to sort of head on back and bring this tour to a close. Can't spend all afternoon out here driving around Rio Del Mar. But yeah, if I was to take a left, Clubhouse Drive would take me back down into Sumner, and then I would end up back down in Seascape, which I'll make that another video. I'm not going to do that right now. But I'm just going to take a quick trip down Clubhouse Drive to take you to one last little section of Rio Del Mar, which is sort of like the uphill side of Rio Del Mar, where a lot of homes do have pretty nice views. This is La Honda right here on the right, and a lot of houses up there have great views. La Honda Fort, great views. Santa Margarita Drive, a lot of places up there have great views. But there's one place in particular I want to take you, which is kind of like your other, neighborhood road that a lot of traffic goes down. Coming up here on the right. Just bear with me. And that would be Alta Drive. Alta Drive. Alta means high in Spanish. So then we're going up Alta Drive. And here goes Monterey. So Monterey Drive, let's take a quick trip down Monterey Drive. A lot of homes on here have ocean views or partial ocean views. The higher you go, the better the view, obviously. Here comes the mailman, or mail lady. It is a man in this case. Alright, a lot of speed bumps here. But yeah, very quiet streets off Clubhouse Drive, and these houses tend to have better views, so a little more popular, shall we say, than Clubhouse. Alright, I don't want to take you all the way down here, just want to give you kind of a taste of what Monterey Drive is all about. Just again to give you that feel. What's going on in Rio Del Mar. We're going to go back up Alta Drive. A lot of these houses at the top of the ridge do have really spectacular views. And the houses up there might be $1.5 million. Sort of at the higher end. Here goes Santa Margarita again. I mentioned that street earlier. And now we're on Vista Del Mar, view of the sea. So we're gonna take a quick trip up Vista Del Mar. So a lot of these houses around here have nice views. All these houses on the right, for sure, all have great ocean views. And then the ones on the left, from the second story, and maybe some of them on the first story, will have at least ocean peaks, if not full-on ocean views. on the back part of Vista Del Mar, and the back part of Vista Del Mar, many of these homes do not have any kind of appreciable view whatsoever. Like rational moving, somebody's coming to town or leaving town. But this house here on the right sure has amazing views. But over the left side of the road here, the view is of the freeway. Yeah, well, I guess this really is technically the back side of Vista Del Mar. Now these houses over here are the ones that are sort of view challenged. Some of them anyway. And here we're on Loma Prieta Drive. Now this is what I like to call the cheap seats of Aptos. These are in the not sunny side of the hill. They're on the inland side of the hill, so the sun sets in the west, so the western side has the sunlight. These are bathed in shade, as we say. These are a lot of sloped properties. These homes are on septic systems, and they're also famously in a salamander habitat protection zone, and that greatly limits the development potential of the lots. I believe the county code says you can't cover more than 10% of the lot area in impermeable surfaces where the salamanders can't get to. I guess it's a very rare, special kind of salamander, red toad, something, I don't know. I forget, honestly, what kind of salamander that it is. But it is pretty, and so, yeah, you do have the sloping and the lack of sunlight, and also there's a lot of road noise from Highway 1, which is down below us. I don't want to say a lot of road noise, but there is, some road noise going on down there. And because of the lack of sun, and also this is a very winding, narrow road. Homes here are pretty inexpensive. Back in the recession, you could have got one for maybe $350. Some of the ones that are especially close to the freeway. But even today, you can buy houses, I want to say, in the sixes. In here, you might be able to find like a small fixer-upper in the sixes, perhaps. But you are in the Rio Del Mar School District, so if you live here and you have kids, they can go to Rio Del Mar School. And also, you are close to the beach, and also you do have the sublime climate right here. So, if you're looking to go to a top-ranked school, and you don't want to pay $1 million, and you don't need 2,000 square feet, or even 1,500 square feet, sort of the back portion of Rio Del Mar is a great place to be. Like anytime, any place you live, you'll get used to it, right? I think a lot of people, when they first come on the street, they would be like, oh my goodness, the street is narrow, it's winding, there's no sidewalks. It is a little bit much to get used to right away, but after you've been on these streets, a few dozen times, you'll be able to do it blindfolded, right? Right. Hopefully we won't see anybody come in the other way. goes a kid on his bike. School gets out early today. It's middle of the week. It's Wednesday right now, and the schools got out at about 12:30, 12:25, something like that on Wednesdays around here. Oh, he's gonna let me pass him. That's awesome. Mighty neighborly of you. Okay, and now we are back at Alta Drive. Back on the sunny side, there's the bay down there. And that's about it. I'm going to wrap up this tour of beautiful Rio Del Mar, Aptos, California. Hope you've enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now I got to get back and write some emails and go sell a house or two, hopefully. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions about living in Aptos, Rio Del Mar, or anything like that. Okay, talk to you later.